So you struggle with trying to find somebody that you can trust. That's the most important thing, to have confidence in who you're selecting, because again, it is your house. You're trying to turn it into a home, and you have to be on the same page with a contractor to do that. And we found that with Carlos and his team. So I think we were at the point where we would sell the home, we would relocate somewhere else. That's about the point that we were at until we met Carlos and his team, till we got that assurance that this was the right team to do this work for us. I think they're the reason that we are still here today. We started to look for a remodel and renovation project. We had difficulty identifying a contractor. We were frustrated with the process. And then at work one day, I was talking with somebody who recommended that I reach out to CML Decor and Design. I made the initial phone call to Carlos, and I can tell you after 5 minutes of speaking with him, I was impressed. We then set up a meeting with him, one of multiple meetings to discuss the project. And every time we had a meeting, I will tell you that we felt more and more comfortable that we had identified the right contractor to take care of this job for us. And it turned out to be the right choice, not only through the whole process, but the communication, and then the work, the craftsmanship is excellent. We interviewed many contractors. We were not happy with any of them. We didn't have that, what I would call the warm fuzzy feeling, until we got with Carlos, and that's kind of what we found, and it turned out to be the right choice. There's an old saying, if the wife's happy, the husband's happy, and the rest of the family. So we are thrilled. We had a house before. We now have a home, and we owe a lot of that to CML Decor and Design. We owe a lot of that to Carlos and his team for making a dream become a reality, and we thank him for that. So our renovation project started out with just trying to complete a master bedroom. That expanded into trying to redo a master bathroom, which then expanded into redoing the kitchen. So then we just threw all that out the window and we went for a whole house renovation. It morphed into more than what we originally contracted Carlos to do. So the project was to turn a family room into a master suite, to include a master bath, a walk-in closet. We relocated washer and dryers upstairs. We also changed bedrooms with closet updates. We added a new kitchen in with new cabinets, with quartz countertops, with double ovens. Everything was updated. And then our basement was totally gutted and redone to include a theater room and to include another bedroom. You see how things turned out, right? Some of these are our ideas. A lot of these are his ideas. When you have an expert in the field working with you, giving you advice, means a lot. I think he took this project on like this was one of his homes, like this could be his home. And that's what we really did appreciate.
And it's also important to note that it is good to have clients that are willing to listen, that are not just stuck, that are flexible and listening to other opinions. A lot of times when they don't follow certain advice that contractors give them, it can turn out to be, after the product is finished, like, oh, I should have done this. I should have listened to you. And sometimes that flexibility also allows us to get more creative. And that creativity doesn't come with a fixed object. That's why when I do a design, it's mostly flowing. I don't do like most companies that when they do a design, it's fixed in stone. I like to flow with what the client needs, but also when the ideas flow, you get that creativity at a lower cost to the client, because sometimes these ideas I want to implement, if he allows me to implement it in their home, that means they're getting it at a lower cost, something that I'm creating and investing that creativity and idea flow into the project.
When you start something, you think you know what you want. A lot of times you don't know what you want. Even on this project, having Carlos here regularly to meet with us, to walk us through what we thought we wanted and what we probably needed to have really helped us. We went through many different modifications during the process. We changed a lot. What we thought we wanted and what we ended up with, that's mainly due to Carlos and his team, kind of advising us through the process on how everything should work and work for the better. I would highly recommend, if you're looking to do a renovation, a remodel, to contact CML Decor and Design. Reach out to Carlos, set up a meeting with him. He'll be more than glad to come out, visit your property, meet with you, give you ideas. You won't be disappointed.